gentlemen, your next match introducing first in the corner to my right, from parts unknown, the Invader. And his opponent, to my left, the dirty white boy, Jimmy Powell.
We knew a tournament was forthcoming as Shawn Michaels announced his retirement so that he could join Superstars of Wrestling, but the tournament has begun to name a new champion, and the first two competitors, the Masked Invader and one half of Georgia Power, the dirty white boy, Jim Powell.
It's a shame that the cameras missed some of the pre-match antics with Jimmy Powell and his pickle. He offered it to Gordon Clement, who turned it down. I think he offered it to the Invader also, who turned it down. So finally, the dirty white boy just ate his own pickle.
Well, a very unorthodox individual, the dirty white boy, working on the arm of the Invader. Obviously, the winner of this match will go into the second round of the tournament, and we'll be bringing you tournament matches each week on Southern Championship Wrestling. Be sure to watch. And I'm sure before it's all over, we're going to see a lot of top names in this tournament.
And the elimination, absolutely. This opens up quite a situation. John Michaels has given up his championship belt, and it's open round robin. This is the start of the elimination, just as you said, Ben.
Up over his man, he ducks him that time, picks him up, hard body slam by Jim Powell, and a spin under on the arm and behind the arm.
Jim Powell is definitely interested in the individual heavyweight wrestling belt for Southern Championship Wrestling, as well as he's interested in the tag team championship belt.
Well, I'm sure that the situation with the Nightmare and Tommy Rich, with that match coming up later on, Jim Powell is going to have to look for some single matches, although I'm sure they'll keep the tag team intact. Both men on individual basis are equally tough.
That's an absolute fact. Last week on TV, when we saw the Nightmare issue a challenge to Tommy Rich, Tommy Rich had indicated that he would wrestle the Nightmare anytime, anywhere, and the Nightmare had indicated that he would wrestle anytime, anywhere, and we'll see that match in just a few minutes.
A rear 10 lock now being applied by the Invader, and the Invader perhaps wrestling with more ferocity than usual, because he realizes that a pin in this match will catapult him into the tournament and perhaps that championship title.
Absolutely true, Ben. The dirty white boy seems to be taking his time, seems to be taking calculated measures.
Rear cross body launch by the dirty white boy. Only a one count, both men back to their feet, and very quick action packed match here on Southern Championship Wrestling.
Dirty white boy, Jimmy Powell.
I'd like to say hello to all our fans out there and encourage you to come out to the matches we tape here in Alpharetta at the Auction Barn. If you haven't been here to our TV tape and you don't know what you're missing, because I tell you what, it's nothing like being there live as it happens when we tape TV and when we have the live matches all over with Southern Championship Wrestling.
The next TV taping will be on 23rd here in Alpharetta.
Make plans to be in attendance as the dirty white boy maintains the headlock on the Invader.
Always a packed house here in Alpharetta for the TV taping. There's going to be some brand new situations with TV taping. There's going to be the hot seat in the next few weeks, or in the next future on Southern Championship Wrestling TV. The hot seat is going to be one of your wrestling favorites, one of your wrestling fan favorites, who will be in the ring and will field any questions from any wrestling fan about anything, preferably about wrestling, but they'll field your questions. It's going to be an interesting situation.
I want to say hello to all our wrestling fans in Carrollton, Georgia, also in Rome, Georgia, where we come to Dillard's Music Park each and every Saturday night with the best Southern Championship Wrestling. Also to all our fans from LaGrange, Georgia, that surrounding area. We look forward to seeing all the fans when we come to your area with Southern Championship Wrestling.
Count of two in the ring.
Also a hello to all the fans in the Dalton, Georgia area and the surrounding towns around Chattanooga, Tennessee. Southern Championship Wrestling is on the way of bringing the very best in professional wrestling. The Invader now taking over on the Dirty White Boy, trying to make a name for himself in this tournament match. Hard right hand and another to the face of the Dirty White Boy. Dirty White Boy starter caught him with a boot, but the Invader right back on top of the man. Very colorful individual, this Dirty White Boy.
The referee cautioning the Invader, keep that hand open. Nice move by the Dirty White Boy.
And that time caught him with a haymaker. This man's about to go down, I believe. There you see he's signaling to the fans, so you want to see another. And they're really behind the Dirty White Boy. Sends the man reeling backwards, and now the Invader pleading for mercy in that corner. As he realizes that he has his hands full with Jim Powell of Georgia Powell.
The Dirty White Boy is doing his moves. They've been fan favorites. I say Jim Powell and the Nightmare have been fan favorites everywhere they've appeared. We have not seen them wrestle that much lately as singles. But as the Georgia Power, they are fan favorites all over the Southern Championship Wrestling area.
A time it looks as though the Invader raking across the eyes of Jim Powell. He has a man dazed in the corner. The Invader with a hard series of forearms to the corner on Jim Powell. Powell now trying to regain his senses. Caught him with a hard jab. And now taking the match, twisting it around. The Invader is now blinded. Cannot see what's going on. Catches this man in half-man and drops him down with a side suplex.
It could be very close to over now, Ben.
The stir sets this man. Running clothesline, and that's going to be all she wrote.
That's it. It's over.
That's it.
The first match of the elimination, Jimmy Powell is victorious in the first match.
He will advance in the tournament. He will go on to meet more competition in the Southern Championship Tournament.
Referee
Once
cautioning
again,
Jimmy Powell to back off.
Jim Powell was the winner.
Rome, Georgia, get ready and hold on to your seats. 8 o'clock tonight at Dillard's Music Park, and one of the biggest matches of all time, the Tape Fist match between Dirty White Boy and Mr. Atlanta. Plus, you got Ron Starr and Ted Oates as they take on the Nightmare in Wrestling Number 2. Rome, Georgia, some exciting matches plus other Southern stars, but I know I've been in them before in the Tape Fist match. One of the toughest matches there is.
Well, I tell you what, John Michaels, you wasn't there last week in Rome, but all you people in Rome, Georgia, know what happened. We beat those guys in a 6-man tag, and then Robert Anderson had to eat that Alpo dog food just like I told each and every one of you in Rome, Georgia, he would. Took 4 big bites of it, swallowed every one. I was right there to make sure of it. But, Mr. Atlanta, I know that you said that if anybody had tried to embarrass your manager, you would get them back. Well, I have to admit, you got me back. Get a good look at this. This is not a toy. We're talking about a sport, a man's game. Look at this head here, what you did to me. You hit me with a wooden pole about this long and about 2 inches in diameter and split my head wide open. Well, Daddy-O, I'm going to tell you something. That hurt. That hurt a lot. But I've been hurt before, and I'm sure I'll be hurt again. But with that Tape Fist match right there in Rome, Georgia, Mr. Atlanta, bring your little manager, Robert Anderson, on down there with you. I hope I get another chance to kick his teeth into and rip that T-shirt, that stinking lion T-shirt off of his back. But, Mr. Atlanta, when I hit you in Rome, Georgia, I know you're a tough man. You're a big man. You're a heck of an athlete. But let me tell you something, Daddy-O. You've been in the ring with a white boy before. We've been in cage matches. We've been in all kinds of fights, but we've never been in a Tape Fist match. And in Rome, Georgia tonight, I'm going to tape these fists up, and I'm coming out there after you. And, John Michaels, I'm rattling on for one reason, because this right here on my head, I'm telling you that Mr. Atlanta, tonight in Rome, Georgia, tape those fists up and get ready for a heck of a fight, Daddy.